As the first light of dawn barely pierces the dense swirling snow, you're all roused from your slumber by a haunting sound, an eerie blend of a monstrous roar and a baby's wail. The source remains unseen, hidden within the whiteout blizzard. The wind carries a metallic tang of blood, mingling with the crisp, icy air. Visibility is reduced to mere feet, and every shadow seems to dance with menace. Tension thickens as you peer into the storm, senses on high alert, knowing something waits just beyond your sight. A cry that chills your bones and stirs your curiosity. What do you do?
I am going to make my way to the tent, knowing that there is a tree right next to it, and I am going to climb onto this first branch of the tree.
Okay, how high you climbing up?
The first branch.
All right. As you climb up, looking around, visibility still greatly hindered. You hear the wind slightly blocked from that tree. You can hear a and then that piercing wail that it's almost like it's coming from everywhere because it's bouncing around off of things, so it's hard to pinpoint the exact location of this wail. But it like sends a shiver down your spine.
Okay, I'm going to ready
Uh,
myself.
From your perch, give me a perception check real quick.
you think of?
Would you roll?
Hold on, I got a 11. I rolled a
Okay.
5 plus 6.
From your perch and gaps of the snowstorm, you can see these faint, erratic tracks that lead away from the camp and deeper into the mountain range. You guys bedded. You're climbing up the mountain a little over halfway up towards the peak, and if you guys recall, you're seeking to find the sage and the seer. Um,
Yeah.
Also, from your perch, you spot near these tracks the occasional red stain in the snow.
I'd like to get up and go and try and investigate a little bit more of those red stains and see if the group might want to follow them in case this is people are in trouble.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay.
Hey, Tower Boy.
Driven by curiosity, Mayra leaves the camp disappearing in the snowstorm behind her as she approaches these tracks. Kneeling down, the wind in your face, you see the tracks and the blood. Make an investigation check for me as you check out the blood.
I'll go with her.
Is it okay if I use my new dice at home?
Sure.
I have to use plebeian dice.
Caitlin, is your noise suppression on? I hear myself every now and then. I can just talk away from you
Yes.
instead of at my computer.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. Let me see what you discover from that. So the stains are fresh. They're likely less than a few hours old, so they definitely happened in the middle of the night. The blood is smeared and splattered, suggesting there was a struggle or a rapid movement of an injured thing. And among the blood, there are a few tufts of white fur sticking into that tacky blood on the ground in the snow. The wailing has ceased.
Okay, I'd like to roll for stealth and just kind of wait for everyone to catch up.
Okay. Make a stealth check. And what's everyone else doing while she does that? I know Red is headed over there with her. Red, are you going to be
Yeah.
sneaking too, or are you checking something else out about the area?
Hmm. Um, I mean, I'm not really visually stealthing, but I'm just standing around, like not trying to make any noise, since it seems like she's trying to be stealthy.
Oh, Mayra, Red, I need you both to roll an Arcana check for me.
Nice. $18.
Very nice.
My stealth
Okay.
was a 12 and Arcana was a 16.
Okay, 1 second. What were you going to say, Mom?
Upon hearing Mayra leaving and then Red saying that he was going to follow, I was going to follow behind them as well.
You
I was
said you
also
rolled.
gonna
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna exit the tower and then cast Find Steed and catch up to them on my horse.
Okay. Does your tower stay or does it disappear?
It stays for 24 hours.
Okay. So Silas comes, joins the party on the steed, pushing through the snow. Um, Mayra, what was your Arcana check? I know he has an 18. What was yours?
16. I've also been putting them in the chat. Jake's
Okay.
talking with Catherine in the background.
Gotcha. So, separate from the tracks that you guys are investigating, that harsh wind that's coming from the mountaintop, something actually, Fulcrum, now that you're joining them on your steed, I need you to roll as a magic user. Roll an Arcana check for me as well.
Is it 20?
Okay. So all of you notice
No, that's
this.
me asking.
He
Oh,
was
yes.
asking.
But it is a 20.
Yes, sir. Plus your Arcana. Oh, you rolled a nat 20.
Yeah,
So
19.
all of you notice the following. There's a pervasive dark magic saturating the air that's coming with the wind down the mountain. Its influence seems to be growing stronger. Like every step you take, that seems to be more and more saturated toward the peaks of the mountain. It's a very distinct quality that you haven't ran into before, but it feels very powerful. And actually, your steed that you found, I would imagine, actually hesitates and whinnies or whatever that's called nervously when it begins approaching and feeling that presence coming from the mountains.
I'll go ahead and give a arcane armor on myself.
Okay. As you cast the armor, you can actually see that track that you're following. I'm imagining your eyes would be following. It goes back towards the mountain and towards kind of circling around the backside of your guys' camp.
Hmm.
Do I know anything about this area? Can I roll like a intelligence or a history check to know if I know anything about the area that
Yeah,
could
make a history
indicate what
check.
that magic is? Okay. Oh, this is gonna be rough. 7, 8, 9.
So you know it's recently the island that you live on is very old and has had several civilizations living on it before it became known as war. Um, the information you currently know about it is that the sage and the seer are a couple living up in the mountains that play a pivotal role in information for the All Guild, but there's nothing that you know historically that would beckon to this type of magic. The seer and the sage have their own forms of magic, dabbling into like divination and some healing magics and stuff, but nothing as nefarious feeling as what you or ancient as what you're feeling now.
Can I whisper that to the people that are around me, please?
Yeah. What's everyone else doing?
Can I see Calamithy?
Calamithy, did you went up and got with them, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Just at the camp.
but I just don't have any real Arcana knowledge, so I just kind of in
Yeah.
here.
So everyone is around the tracks with the blood stuff.
So you said that they circle back around our camp?
The tracks do, yes.
I set up telepathic talking with Calamithy.
The snow, before you guys get into that, the snow is covering the tracks a bit, but they're certainly too small to be like a grown human's tracks. The shape is odd.
Would I recognize those?
You'd probably recognize them. They're definitely bestial tracks. The way they it almost looks like someone was walking with their, if someone had really big hands and was walking on their hands is what it looks like.
Would I be able to roll for nature to
Sure,
see if
go for
I know that? Okay, so
I would fall
17.
back towards the rear since I have blind fighting style. I'd be able to sense if someone or something came within 10 feet of us.
Oh, I didn't add my nature. 18, 19.
They appear to be the tracks of a small yeti.
Yes!
So
I'd like to let everyone know that.
is anybody like concerned with the fact that it circled back around our camp? Do you think they're
Yeah.
trying to lure us away from the camp?
Well, that I don't know about. I thought about being pounced on from behind, so that's why I fell more towards the back of our party.
Yeah.
Did everyone have their bags on them from when they were sleeping? Did you guys, are those still over at camp?
Yeah, I pick them up as if we were going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone roll a d6 for me, please.
Red 5.
So that was 6.
I rolled a 6.
Willow 4.
Mayra 2.
Mayra, you notice, as you're standing there gathering your surroundings, your bag has a slight rip in it, and it appears some things are missing. Fuck.
What's the thing? No.
As you reach into your bag checking, your heart does calm for a moment as you see that all your magical items and sundries are still there, but a large portion of your food and rations have gone missing.
That's rude. Okay. I'm gonna just find the hole and kind of hold my bag that way with my quarterstaff in my other bag.
Okay. I do want to
Or my other
remind.
hand, not my bag.
So remind me, everyone, which specific mission. Who's all part of the Stonewatch?
Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of that dice.
Who here is a member of the Stonewatch?
Is that the All Guild? I don't
Yeah, it's the
remember, whatever.
security for the All Guild. Yeah.
I think it was me and Mom that were a part of that
Okay.
one.
So your guys' mission from your guild is to figure out why the seer is missing and why they haven't made it. And who's a member of the Lore Keepers? That's Mayra and who else?
Silas.
Okay, your guys' mission from your guild, just keep in mind, was the stage hasn't been
Sorry.
responsive. So they thought, the lore keepers thought perhaps the trail systems within the mountain coming down the storm had blocked paths and made it hard for the older couple to make it down the mountain. So that's what your guys' mission is. And then the Gilded Artisan, who is red. Are you tracking what your mission was? There was that
Yeah,
storm
minerals
that
and
they.
crash site.
Okay, okay. I just want to make sure everyone knows what their kind of respective missions are.
Thanks.
And Mayra, what did you say you were doing?
Holding her bag with her quarterstaff in the other hand.
Okay.
So did she alert the rest of us that she's missing stuff, or no?
That's her call. You'd probably see if you were standing close her looking at her bag and panicking a little bit. So what's the party doing now?
If I see her looking at her bag panicking, I'm gonna look at my bag. Is my bag anything wrong with mine?
No.
No, because your dice don't hate you.
Perhaps if you slept a little longer, but no.
Okay.
In the silence, other than the wind roaring, obviously, the wailing had ceased, but suddenly it erupts again, echoing off the trees and the rocks, piercing through the snowstorm. This monstrous wail.
So it almost sounds like the Yeti is hungry and he snuck into our camp, started stealing some food, he got caught, cut his foot trying to retreat, and he's crying in pain. What do you guys think?
I guess that sounds pretty likely.
What trap? What did he get caught in? Just some random hunter's trap, or?
Well, I can't recall if anybody put traps down. I believe.
Oh, you said trap? I thought you just said cut his foot.
Yeah, I did
Oh.
say cut his foot, but
Oh.
it could have been on his knife. It could have been on a stone, a twig.
Could have been on my food.
Could be that I was up reading Michael's notes.
I don't have. What notes did you read?
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
didn't read
Michael
nothing.
doesn't take notes.
That's lied. I just wanted to get a rise out of it.
I take notes. They're just everywhere. Like some are written down, some are on scrap pieces of paper, some are texts I send to myself, some are emails. There's very disorganized.
Sheesh.
All right, so what are we doing? We have missions to complete, whales to discover.
I mean, I think I would like to complete the mission, and this feels like it's on the course of the mission. If everyone else is cool with that.
We could just go up the mountain and kind of not worry about the whale.
Is the Yeti going in the same places towards the mountains?
The track is coming from the mountains. And as far as you can see, the blood doesn't stop. It's not like it starts in a specific location. The blood seems to be dripping for all the trail that you can see heading up toward the mountain.
So we are headed towards the mountain currently.
Yes, yes. That's where the
Following what we
sage and the
think
seer
is
live.
Okay. So how about we just continue up the mountain, and if we come in contact with the Yeti, we can face that when we get there. Just be on high alert.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. As you guys press through the snowstorm, who wants to take lead on the navigation?
Well, Mayriv is up there, so.
Damn.
Well, Mayra or Red, right? Do you guys have any of those abilities?
I mean, I guess I can take the lead.
No, I'm more an academic kind of guy.
Same. No, I'll take the lead though. That's fine.
Okay.
I could. It just depends on which way. If you want me to watch the back with the blind sight or the front.
I think the back would probably be better.
All right,
Where's
Mayra,
Silas? Is Silas staying in the? He's on
he's
his
next to you
steed.
guys on his steed, yes. He's not going to get his boots wet through the snow. What is he, a peasant? Silas, I actually need a message real
Gar,
quick. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Red, you cast a telekinetic link with someone, and also I'm not really understanding your message here. Now that I'm not doing multi things, let me see if I can understand it.
Okay.
I am back, by the way.
Okay, can you explain it? Because I'm not understanding it.
So, as I remember it, the shopkeep was going to be going back to see all of the, what's it called today? All of the goblin guys and the hobgoblins, which are now wise to him, that he hired somebody to kill them. So, he might be going to his death.
And were you wanting to stop that after this?
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right, you back, Mom?
Yeah.
Or at least get the right story.
I didn't hear. Mom, are you back?
Yes.
Okay. Mayra, as you push forward toward the mountain peak, I need you to make a survival check for me as you lead the party forward.
10. I might start using the dice on here again. They liked me better.
Yeah, that made me laugh right there. 19, 2, fuck.
As you guys push forward in the whiteout blizzard, it occurs to a couple members of the party that you might have seen this particular tree a time or two. The snow coming down heavily. You look off to your right about 10 feet, and you can actually see, after about 30, 45 minutes of walking, you can actually see the path that you guys had taken, and you can see your own trail in the snow. A little disorientated and lost. You're not entirely sure where you are in relation to where you guys set up camp and the mountain. You can still see the mountain peak and the breaks of the snow, so you know the general direction, but when the snow gets really heavy, it obscures the mountains.
So is this due to the dark magic that we feel?
Perhaps.
Sure.
Maybe it's
Okay,
because of the horrible storm.
if so, I am proficient against magic.
In what way?
Wisdom, charisma, intelligence, saving throws. So does that not count?
Would you like to attempt to lead the party forward?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say that we've passed this a couple of times and I'd like to lend a hand.
Hey, real quick, let's just take a real quick break. This is within the game. And I cast Create Bonfire. Few, like, 10 feet off the road.
As you create a bonfire, it illuminates the area around, fighting against the snow melting before it reaches the flames, and you hear something scurrying off into the brambles.
You guys want to warm your hands real quick or something? I got
Can I
this,
do so?
got these fancy boots, so even if I were worried about the cold, I'm fine.
So you guys spend a few moments warming yourselves, gaining your bearings, and is everyone ready to head out?
I know I am.
Yes.
I'm ready.
A branch cracks before you guys set off, but then silence. Does the party continue? It's probably about, I don't know, I'd say 10 feet off the trail of where you guys are.
By the fire?
Kind of ran away from the fire, but
Can we see the mountain currently?
yes, you can see the peak. The body of the mountain is obscured through the storm.
I would say continue. I
Okay.
mean, it could be anything. What do you guys say?
Yeah, you can lead. It does seem like it's some sort of magical problem.
All right, let's get a survival check, Willow.
And 14.
Okay. It's not the fastest trip in the world, but you guys do make your way forward, climbing in elevation as you reach towards the mountain peak. Every couple hundred yards, it becomes more and more obvious to you that the saturation of the magic is getting thicker and thicker, until you find yourselves near the peak at a pass. Let me grab everyone. And through the storm, you can kind of see through the trees a glowing blue light coming from the ground, casting shadows. You guys are probably 200 feet away from it. A broken wooden bridge connecting a cross section, stone stairs etched out of the mountains on either side of you. Let me bring you guys over.